What's going on, everybody? It's your guy, David Jackson, aka DJ O.G.One, and this is part two of my video blog where I continue to talk a little bit about my life. To be honest with you, I'm going to talk about the man behind the music and go into a little detail, but I'm not going to give all the goods away because I really want you guys to go buy that. And again, you can purchase that at Amazon.com in the Kindle book section, ebook version, or you can buy it at online, the hard copy at buychristianbookstoday.com. So let me just give you a background, of myself. Again, grew up in Watts, California. By the age of 10, I got gang affiliated, and had quite an interesting experience growing up in Watts and the pressure that comes with living in neighborhoods like that. But at the age of 15, I was fortunate enough to be pulled away from the gangs by a gentleman by the name of Eldridge Broussard Jr. And he was pastor of co-pastor at the time of Inspired Temple, which his father, Eldridge Broussard Sr., was the head pastor, and it was I remember it was in a back house uh, in Watts, and I remember the first going there, and my mom was like, "Yeah, we're going to go see this basketball player." So I'm thinking I'm going to a basketball game, this former Laker or whoever. So I'm excited because if she would have told me I'm going to church, I would have been pissed off because as a young child we had been involved in, a number of different traditional Church of God in Christ's, and I was really turned off by the hypocrisy that I saw at a young age. Everything from people betting about who was going to shout, and people faking passing out, and uh, the adultery and all the stuff that I witnessed myself amongst grown adults who are supposed to be, spiritual figures in the church. All the way to my mom ended up being pregnant by a married pastor who had, his own few kids, and we end up getting, removed out of that church. Go figure. Nothing really happened to him, but we end up getting put out the church. So, I had already had bitter experience with the church. So by the time my mom had took me to this church, we pulled up to this back house, and I'm thinking, where's the arena at? But we end up being, going in this church that didn't look like a church. One, it was like a little back house behind a big regular house. And when I walked in, I didn't see a lot of suits and ties. The people was in regular clothes, and the people were young, and it was just this energy that was in there that was different than what I was used to experiencing. And I remember there was, really a warm welcome from the people there, but I didn't really care at that time because all I knew was church, and I didn't really care for it. So immediately my eyes were focused on, okay, where's the crap? I'm waiting to see the crap to go on, But um, my mom joined, and I just had to tag along just because. And as a young person, another part that made this hard for me as a young person was that I didn't have a male figure involved in my life, but I also didn't have any communication as relates to my mom, because my mom had me when she was young, and I know she struggled to just take care of me, and there was a lot of pressure I felt like was put on me to really kind of, in a sense, have to be a man, but I had no idea what that meant. And all I knew is that, I loved my mom, and I wanted to do whatever I could to make sure I supported her. But the price that I paid for that is that I didn't really have any adult figure that I can communicate with, or, ask questions about boy stuff, or what's going on with my feelings. So at a young age, the person that I talked to, I say it's a person, but really it was music. That was my outlet. any uh, uh, coping skills, it's coping mechanisms that I was dealing with. It all came through music. I chose music to soothe me. I looked for music. I looked for songs to give me answers to things, and so that was my outlet. Um, so just kind of skipping ahead, by the age of 15, my mom, was heavily into the church inspired temple, and they had started a school called Watts Christian Center School and Training Program, which she felt like was the best thing for me and would keep me out of trouble. So she removed me from public school when I was in the seventh grade. So I think I was a little younger than 15. And so I was involved in that, and uh, that was different because we didn't really learn a lot of the traditional things that I was learning in normal school, and I remember again, this religious stuff being forced on me. Well, my mom, I mean, we had school uniform that we were supposed to have, and it was a sweatsuit. And I remember my mom put, she had silk screened on the back of my sweatsuit, Jesus is Lord. So you imagine a kid in Watts, California, in the hood, having to wear a sweatsuit top that said Jesus is Lord, and all my friends knew me from some other stuff going down in the neighborhood. So they would go up, because we'd had our classes at the local park, which was Real Rogers Park at the time. So all my homies and them would come up to the park, and I'm trying to hide my hoodie, hood over the stuff my mom made me put on the back of my sweatshirt. And yeah, I can't tell you how much laughing went on. People was clowning me, oh man, Dave, man, you got Jesus is Lord, hallelujah, all that kind of stuff. And so again, that just made me internalize more just this anger towards religion. And so I didn't want to hear nothing from any adult. I felt like nobody really cared about what was going on with me or who I was. Only people I felt like really cared about what I thought was the homies in the neighborhood. And so I tried as much as I could to escape, to go hang out with my friends. My mom had no clue. I spent a few years, being affiliated with gangs, and my mother never knew that I was affiliated. But that just shows you how much attention she didn't pay attention to me, and how much she was, consumed with, uh, you know, just in her world. And again, it wasn't a matter of, my mom being a trip or trying to be a trip. I think she just didn't have the skill set really to deal with a young man at the time. Um, So from there, age 15, here I am, I'm a little deeper into the whole gang thing. And there was a particular incident that happened where uh, I was riding, from my neighborhood, going to the house. And I had this little dude who really looked up to me that I took with me that day to hang out with me, had him on the handlebars of my bike. And as I got closer to home, a rival gang member pulls up on the side of me with a gun, tells me to get off the bike. Of course, I get off because I got the little kid. So my first reaction is to go get the homies and kind of do what we do. But I got approached by Eldridge Broussard, who again at the time I'm getting to kind of know him because he's the principal of the school, but I still don't really totally trust him because of my past experience with pastors, and so it's kind of like I'm cool with you, but I'm kind of cool on you. But this experience particularly was something that was very significant to me because this was the first time that I saw a pastor step out of the church building, and this dude, I thought he was crazy, actually went up to the gang member's house that took my bike, no gun, or at least as far as I knew, went up there and basically banged on the door and told the dude that he had to give me my bike back. And I remember looking like, wow, like that has never happened. Like this dude put his life on the line for me. It wasn't really about the bike. It was really that he was the first time I seen someone in a religious uh, position step out of the norm. And I remember I was really impressed by that. And I think it kind of took down a wall for me to really look at him differently. And from there, I felt like we just started bonding, you know. And I remember him talking to my mom and basically telling her, you know, I'm going to deal with him because with my mom, I got so fed up with her that I had even ran away from home and was like, I'm through. I'm through dealing with her. I can't stand with, you know, I can't stand the pressure that it came from, you know, her, you know, basically treating me as though like I was the man and having to be a man like if I was her man type of thing. I couldn't have any girlfriends, at least around her, because as far as she was concerned, it was, you know, you are being groomed to take care of me. And so I lived under that type of pressure for a while. So um, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to get into next time, I'm going to get into the whole dialogue about what happened from that time on. Uh, Once I met Eldridge and after that incident happened, because from that point was where my life took a total different turn in a different direction. So again, this is DJ O.G.One, David Jackson, the man behind the music, and this is my video blog number 2. So hopefully you'll stay tuned for the next segment, again, where I'll go into a little bit more. Hopefully by then some of you guys would have gotten the book and kind of posted and emailed me some questions. There's no format to this other than really just kind of talking and sharing with you guys. So please feel free to give some feedback and to let me know what you think, and any questions you have, just let me know. Till next time, I'll see you.